My name is Kanat Emiroglu. I'm the Managing Director of British Gas Business, which is the B2B part of British Gas. And British Gas is owned by Centrica PLC in the UK. First of all, we need to acknowledge that businesses are going through a tough time in the UK. The British economy in 2012 will be smaller than it was in 2007. To my knowledge, this never happened in history, such a long period of stagnation. And businesses are feeling the heat. A lot of them haven't paid their workers anymore, but there's like 5% inflation every year. So in this context, something like energy use is huge, because energy costs have pretty much trebled since 2003. And moreover, for people signing 2-3-year energy contracts, the volatility of these prices has also increased. So whether you sign the contract in the summer or winter can make a big difference for the next 2-3 years. So decisions have become harder. So one decision that hasn't become hard is that you need to use less energy. Energy efficiency is hugely important. In terms of numbers, businesses use about 20 billion pounds of energy in the UK. And we believe 30% of that, at least, can be saved with today's technologies and with sensible behavior and good management action. That's 6 billion pounds of savings annually. With PE ratios at 10 in the FTSE 100, that's a 60 billion pound value creation for kind of UK PLC. Or in a 3-year payout sense, it warrants about 18 billion pounds of investment to achieve those savings. So that's the scale of the opportunity, energy use opportunity. What can M2M do? Traditionally, energy efficiency has been attacked in a quite fragmented manner. So, I have a machine, can I use it more efficiently? Yes, you have one machine in one site, but you're a conglomerate. It's 6,000 sites, pub chains, for example. And in each site, you have 3-4 machines. You use base electricity, peak electricity. How do you use what you use? How much you use, how much you pay for? And should you have a central control of some of your most energy consuming equipment from an energy saving point of view? And this is where M2M comes into play. I think smart meters is the beginning of this, and a lot was talked about in this conference about smart meters, but I really believe that's the first out of 100 steps. Smart meters is just a gadget that transmits meter reading. But how much base electricity do you think Morrison's is using? How much does it use for freezing, for heating, for lighting? And all of these are insights. How much is that per square foot of store space? How much does that figure compare versus the best in class in the US? All of these are data that will come together with smart meters, and M2M will be required. Yeah, I think the speaker from Vodafone, Kim alluded to that. I think the beginning of this journey is installing smart meters with mobile SIM cards in them. But how operators can really get into this value chain is to start understanding how this data is used, why utilities are requiring this data, what kind of value it drives for them. For example, I said, as in my speech, I said the biggest value is not created just merely by getting the meter read, but by getting an accurate bill, by knowing that somebody has vacated a property, by knowing that somebody uses much more energy than last year on some of their sites, but not some others. And so these don't just require connectivity or a SIM card. They require a bit of getting into data, insight creation, manipulation of large amounts of data and creating insight from them. And I think mobile producers would do well to do some alliances and develop their capabilities in these areas to become more relevant for the energy users. So I was quite impressed by the M2M World Conference focus on energy. I was frankly coming in thinking, there will be quite a lot of people interested in the telecoms industry and a bit apprehensive about all the technologies and geeky stuff they talk about when they meet. But a lot of the speakers understand that energy users and suppliers are going to be a big customer of theirs. And they were trying hard to understand how this industry is developing. So that was a welcome thing. I thought the quality of the presentations were pretty good. And I look forward to actually having the debate and opening insights for M2M value chain participants in the energy industry.
Thank you very much.